Hiya and welcome back to the Teen Whisperer, the podcast for mums of teen girls who are trying their best to figure out this whole, teenager thing without completely losing the plot. I'm Rach Friedley and I help mums like you build stronger, more connected relationships with your daughters by understanding what's really going on beneath all those eye rolls and slammed doors. You know the ones. So if you listened to last week's episode, we started digging into the pressure of mock exams, how it shows up and how it impacts not only your daughter's mental health, but also the whole vibe at home. You know the one. If you missed it, scroll back because there's some gold in there about understanding her stress triggers and managing the fallout. This week, we're keeping the focus on mock exam season because I think it's important right now, but I want to zero in on something really specific, performance anxiety and how to tackle it using a physiology-first approach. Here's the deal, whether your daughter is working herself to the bone, revising 24/7, or avoiding that revision altogether, that pressure cooker of anxiety is wreaking havoc on her body and brain. And that's where we, as mums, come in. Not to fix it for her or take it away from her, but to give her the tools to handle it in a healthier way. I'm going to share 5 practical strategies you can use right now to help her calm that overwhelm, stay focused and to feel more confident without piling on extra pressure. And don't worry, these tips aren't just for her. If you're feeling the stress too, because let's face it, we all do. When our daughters are stressing, we feel those emotions too. You'll find these strategies work wonders for you as well. Sound good? Let's dive in. So how it shows up. Let's start with what performance anxiety actually looks like in your daughter. Maybe she's glued to her revision, but her mood is in the gutter, snappy, tearful, or shutting herself away for hours in her room. Or maybe it's the complete opposite. She's scrolling TikTok like exams aren't even a thing, or she's going out and about with her friends. And any mention of revision gets met with, "I'm fine, stop nagging me." Physically, you might notice signs like headaches, tummy aches. She's permanently tired but can't seem to switch off and sleep properly. And her emotions, they're all over the place. Frustration, self-doubt and those "I'm going to fail at everything" outbursts are probably familiar by now. Sound like your house lately? Now here's why this happens. Performance anxiety isn't in her head. It's happening in her whole body. When she feels the weight of that academic pressure, her brain goes into survival mode. It goes into fight or flight. Her body releases cortisol, the stress hormone, which makes her feel anxious, panicked and unable to concentrate. Her heart races, her muscles tense up and her brain struggles to retain that information. And because she's a teenager, her brain is still developing. That logical problem-solving part of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, isn't fully online yet until her mid-20s. So instead of calmly thinking, "Okay, I've got this," as we would, her emotional brain takes over and shouts, "This is too much, I can't do it." And that's totally natural. It's no wonder she feels stuck, overwhelmed, or ready to give up altogether. Here's a quick statistic for you. A recent study found that 48% of UK teens say academic pressure has a negative impact on their mental health, with many experiencing anxiety so intense it stops them from working effectively. But there's hope. Let's talk about how you can help her and yourself during this intense time. So number 1, breath work. When your daughter is feeling overwhelmed, help her to slow down with some simple breathing techniques. Literally just focus on you. Put one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. And breathe into the hand on your belly. Feel it lift as you inhale and feel it drop as you exhale. Just doing 4 of these breaths is enough to take her out of fight or flight and back into calm. It's like hitting the reset button for her nervous system and yours too. Another great tool, if she'll allow it, is to give her a hug As you hug and you connect your hearts, your heart rate variability will calm her heart rate variability. And you will connect in a far deeper level. Number 2, nourish her brain. Stress drains her energy and focus, so it's crucial to keep her fueled. Feed her comfort foods and encourage snacks like bananas, nuts or yogurt, anything that stabilises her blood sugar, and keep her hydrated. Dehydration can make anxiety worse, and let's face it, teens aren't great at remembering to drink water. Number 3, get moving. When revision feels like it's going nowhere, a quick movement break can work wonders. Whether it's a walk around the garden, a mini dance party inside the house if it's blowing a hoolie outside like it is right now, or even just a few stretches, moving her body helps release stress and clear her mind. Bonus points if she gets outside. Even a few minutes in nature can do wonders. Number 4, protect her sleep. Sleep is everything during exam season. Encourage her to wind down before bed with some non-screen time. I know that's a big ask. Maybe read a book or listen to some calming music. If she struggles to switch off, try suggesting a hot shower or a quick chat to offload her worries. And yes, that normally happens right before your sleep. Number 5, explain what's happening. Sometimes the best way to reduce anxiety is to help her understand what's going on. Explain that her brain is still developing and it's normal to feel overwhelmed. That's her body telling her that something is happening that she feels fearful of, and it's okay. Let her know that it's okay not to have everything figured out, and you're there to support her every step of the way. And if she needs to offload, just let her talk. Don't try to fix her. Don't try to advise, just let her talk. That's what she needs at the end of the day. If you're loving these tips, don't forget to check out last week's episode where we talk more about the emotional roller coaster of mock exam season. I shared insights into how stress impacts her behaviour and how you can spot the signs before things boil over. And if you're looking for even more ways to support, head over to my website at the 3 W's, theteenwhisperer.co.uk, where you'll find resources, tools and ways to work with me directly. So mums, remember this, academic pressure is tough, but it doesn't have to break your daughter or you. By focusing on her body's needs and working with her physiology, you can help her feel calmer, stronger and more in control of her own journey. And the best part, you're teaching her lifelong skills that go beyond that exam hall. Keep showing up for her, keep breathing through that chaos, and remember you're doing an amazing job, even if it doesn't always feel like it. So thank you for tuning into the Teen Whisperer this week. Let's keep being proactive, not reactive together. If you found this episode helpful, please subscribe, share it with a friend or leave a review. I'll see you next week for more insights, tips, and let's be real, a little bit of mum-to-mum therapy. Take care. Bye-bye.